Oh, what's going on, everybody? All right, we are back with more Trails of Cold Steel 3. It's your boy, Top Cat the Gamer. I finally finished putting everybody's stuff on. Kind of just, you're going to learn about this subquartz thing here. They'll teach you, it's going to run through all that. Well, it may not actually because this is a new game plus. Basically, your subquartz is just like the master quartz. The master quartz, you can unlock all three of the abilities on there. And like I said, mostly everybody's master quartz that they start with on here. From this point, I think through the fourth game, is pretty good for that particular person and the way they fight. There's only a couple people, maybe one or two, that I think I changed. Everybody else's quartz seem to fit their build. But the subquartz that you put on, the subquartz allows you to only get that first ability. You get the magic abilities, or all the arts and everything from the subquartz, but you only get that first ability on there. So that's the newest thing about, well, another thing that they added new to the gameplay mechanics on here. And the stats are also lowered, as you can see on the subquartz. You see the master quartz has like all the stats, the big time stats, and you get like a lowered portion of the other one. All right. Well, now we are ready to go through this dungeon. I'm pretty sure everybody is kind of up level 60 and everything after the new game plus. Everyone stop. Now in this part, they make you fight. Like you're gonna have like their parts are gonna make you fight because this is kind of a tutorial. Even though you already had a bit of a tutorial, this is kind of like letting you know about the other things and stuff that's added to the game. Whereas at first they kind of just let you play a little bit. Oh, monster, right from the start. I can't believe he seriously released monsters down here. Instructor Reen, what are your orders? First off, I want to see each of your battle skills. Everyone prepare for battle. Wait, are you really gonna make her fight too? I have no issue with combat. Don't worry, I'll back you guys up. We're going in now. Stay focused, everyone. Got it. I'll show you just what I'm capable of. Oh yeah, this talks about assault attacks. Like I told you in the beginning of the game, once you've accumulated enough points, you can just press R2 and it'll do the attack, and you can go attack them.
Our chance to attack.
And you get an advantage starting off. I'm really not gonna. Reen is very powerful in the beginning of the game.
Behold the Vander style.
And yeah, adding their stuff on has made them like way more powerful. So, enemy monsters eliminated. Phew, not bad for our first battle. No one's hurt, right? I'm unharmed. We're fine, but Altina, right? You're not bad. You are correct. It's easy to look at her and think she's so little, she can't really do much, but that damn puppet she got it just does everything for her. So I don't know why everybody keeps looking like, oh, she can actually do this. It's crazy. I can't keep up. I still find it hard to believe that such a thing as combat shells exists. And it seems like she's very skilled at controlling it. That much is true. But it's also true that she's younger than the two of you. You both seem experienced in combat, so I'd appreciate it if you could support her. I plan to do that from the start anyway. Doesn't seem like the monsters will be too much of a challenge, so we shouldn't have any problems. I'm sure Crossbell's cutting-edge weapons will show their worth eventually. Yeah, so she's still a little weird about their little incident in the last vid. You have a difficult year ahead of you. Don't talk like it doesn't involve you. Come on, everyone. Let's keep moving. All right. So this part of the dungeon, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty much a cakewalk. I'm not gonna lie. Is this an Ortman charging station? That's right. If things get a bit too dangerous, we should come back here to rest up. You know, this is, you already know. You should know this if you play the Trails game. It's just where you go, you click on it, and then you can rest. And it builds back up your HP and MP. Sorry, my allergies, man, have been killing me. So you hear me clearing my voice and stuff like that. An insect monster. Looks like it's got a pretty hard shell. It seems fairly agile too. Enemies with either of those characteristics are best dealt with by using arts. That's exactly right, Kurt. Let's try it out. Now, I will say this. Arts in this game, to me, are a lot better than they are in the previous. I feel like things on here are a lot more susceptible to arts. We're not going to use them here because everybody, like I said, is pretty strong. It's a new game plus, so we should be able to body most things.
Well, look at that.
Especially in the beginning part of the game. Alright, I don't even know what's in his chest. We'll see. Breath. Okay. Now, you are going to probably see me get more things on here than I probably want to, because after looking at some of the stuff I got back from my from adding my stuff from my previous playthrough, there seems to be a lot of things that are missing. I don't know if they just haven't given it all to me yet, but there seems to be some basic stuff that I had for like a lot of my people missing. And there's some, I feel like, okay, maybe they just didn't want to give me everything because it maybe make the game a little too easy or whatever like that. But yeah, I'm really noticed that, and so there's some things I'm gonna have to pick up again. Yeah, one of us should set it in their orbit. Well, obviously, we're not gonna do that. We're fine. Another new enemy. It's a bit tiresome having to deal with them all. Now, pay attention to this part too. It's very informative. They let you know that, like, things with a hard shell, best to use arts on them. Stuff that has soft shells or soft skin like these are easier to just cut and do physical attacks on. And they didn't do that in the previous games. So, yeah. I think it's finally my time to shine. Ah, the Gunbreakers. We're finally going to see what they can do. I take it. Here's hoping they live up to all your boasting earlier. Well, they will, just you watch. So she has piercing with her Gunbreakers, and piercing attacks work really well on enemies like that. But like I said,
it's my turn. You can't escape.
We're gonna pretty much body everything in here.
Nice, we did it.
Huh? How's that? Their suppressive fire capabilities are impressive, but the trade-off is that the gun function lacks the same power the batons have. I suppose, and that's something you need to notice as well. When she uses the Gunbreakers, it does attacks on more enemies, but the damage is less. But when she uses them just straight as physical attacks, as stun batons, they hit for more power, but you can only hit a single target. I suppose it's all about how you use them. They're very versatile weapons. Agreed. Honestly, they're more impressive than I imagined. Gave her props. Ha, so you admit it. I was speaking strictly about the weapons. Their wielder is a separate matter entirely. Tell me, does one of your fancy sword moves involve pulling your head out of your ass? I forgot how chippy they were in the beginning. Now you two. Alright, this talks about her gunner mode, you know, for range and striker. Alright. Definitely, I would switch her to using that mode.
Treasure located.
Don't need that. Oh, we can cut them. Okay. All right, we look like we're past the intro parts where it talks about the different types of monsters. We can just walk up to some of these things and just body them. Oh shit! Spoke too soon. There's another big one. Yeah, I think now would be a good time to try combat links. Agreed. This will be my first time trying them out. Trying them in combat is the best way to learn. First off, let's get things set up. You can now use combat links. You should know what a combat link is if you've been playing this game. I don't have to run through all that. I should have yeah, I should have did the other thing.
Get back! All right, nice work.
So in your first playthrough, Reen is pretty strong. Like he doesn't show off like any of his big time things, but he's pretty strong starting out. You actually in this game notice a difference between adults and kids, and that's what one thing I liked about the game. Not bad. You guys got it to work. So that was a combat link. It felt like I was completely in sync with everyone else. I detected no issues with linking between current members. It appears we will have no issues going forward. Yeah, combat linking will be very important for our upcoming battles. Try to use it as often as possible so you get used to the feel. That's all for the basics of battle. Any questions so far? None from me. Me either. But I can't believe a battle ornament this advanced has already been used in real combat. You seem to know a lot about what's going on. Are you involved with it somehow? Now that you mention it, she does seem to know her way around it. No, it's simply because I have experience with the previous model. Which is true. But it would be fair to say this new model is a result of the test that Instructor Reen and his classmate ran 2 years ago. So that's the time frame that you're looking at of the game. So the very first Trails of Cold Steel is now 2 years prior from this. I think it's actually 2.5. Oh, I had no idea. On top of everything else, you helped make this too? No, not just me. My whole class can take credit for it. We weren't the only ones who participated in the operational test either. For someone called the Ashen Chevalier, you're pretty humble, aren't you? That's just who he is. I don't really think that has anything to do with it. The Ashen Chevalier. Is this man really the hero of Erebonian? He is. Is there something else you wanted to ask me? No, nothing. I understand what the Arcus 2 can do now. Let's continue. Yeah, I'd rather not be wandering around here any longer than I need to. In that case, let go. That's freaking hilarious. Sorry about that. Hold on 1 second. Alright, is something wrong? I never realized it before, but I was thinking how incredible instructor. I was thinking how incredible, I guess he was trying to say how incredible of an instructor. Yeah, incredible of an instructor Sarah is. There's Sarah. She seemed pretty irresponsible and all over the place, but she managed to lead nearly a dozen of us. I don't really understand. Oh my god, what does she not understand? Ridiculous. In any event, I will provide support as usual. If the situation calls for it, please give me orders. Thanks, I appreciate the thought. We must be most of the way through by this point. This is no time to let our guards down. Understood. Okay, so now we can actually yeah. Weapon types and unbalancing. Yeah, so make sure you pay attention to weapon types. Squishy monsters are easily unbalanced by ring slash damage, and hard shell monsters are by Kurt's thrust damage. That's actually really good to note in the beginning of the game when you run into them. Other types: Pierce, strong versus flying enemies, and Strike, strong versus rock type enemies. Each character deals different types of damage. Unit Striker mode deals strike damage, and while Gunner mode deals pierce damage. Critical damage and unbalancing. Attacks taken on a critical turn have a 100% chance of unbalancing an enemy regardless of the damage type dealt. So,
You've just crossed the halfway point. Best of luck on the second half.
okay.
Yes. Thank you.
What kind of campus would build a facility like this on site?
I don't know, Kurt. But we're in the middle of an RPG. So, yeah. Kids are always in danger in the middle of RPGs. Yeah, chest over here.
I found some treasure!
If I don't need it, I'm gonna end up selling it anyway, but I'm still gonna just look around. But you're gonna see me blow through most of these dungeons because the enemies are probably not going to attack. That thing's huge, way bigger than anything else we fought here. Considering our current fighting strength, it may prove a difficult battle. I sure didn't expect them to let something like that loose down here. Should we back off and search for another route? No, we need to face it head on. Head on, are you crazy? Not at all. There are 4 of us, and we can use combat links. As long as we've got the basic down, we'll definitely be able to defeat it. For real? Very well, I'm ready. Understood, assuming combat stance. Now it may seem like this thing is a little too difficult for you, but with Reen, you're fine. Get ready, everyone.
Now,
Let's go.
Brace yourself.
Like this is a nothing fight. I mean, it's gonna look really easy for me because of our stats, but
Second form.
it's not. I would not even worry too much about it.
It's my turn! Yeah! Well, look at that.
Enemy monster has ceased movement. Phew, that was pretty tough. In the end, it wasn't as strong as I expected. I damn sure wish I had their stuff in the beginning of this game. Fighting the Stall Ritter behind you. It's a chance for Reen to show off here. Calm Soleus. You know how you do it. The Dragon Ball scream.
Now, bring it on!
And this is going to make you show off your S-break, which you're going to do.
My mind is clear. My blade empty.
Now! 7th flash! Shredded leaves! All right.
Damn,
Nice
57,000. That's pretty nasty. All right. What was that? Whew. Yuna, Kurt, Altina, are you all okay? Yes, somehow. No damage received. Glad to hear it. Thanks for acting so quickly, Altina. Yuna, Kurt, putting your weapons away in front of an enemy isn't very smart. Don't let your guard down until you confirm that the enemy is defeated. That's a basic rule of combat. Got it. My apologies. I was caught completely off guard. No, as a leader, it was actually more my fault. I've still got a lot to learn as an instructor. But that's no excuse. Measuring my skills as an instructor is another one of the reasons for this test. So I need you guys to watch me and decide for yourselves too. Whether or not I'm worthy of being Class 7's instructor, no, of you being your instructor. And that right there begins the start of them respecting him. Because Reen is very powerful in his own right. And it's crazy because of how humble he is, and he doesn't really care about being super strong. He doesn't go around boasting it and stuff like that. And I think, like, especially Yuna came into the place with the wrong idea about him, and you know, it just she learned. Decide for ourselves. After we finish here, any of you can transfer to another class if you want. I'll personally talk to the principal on your behalf. How's that? Hey, like, well, damn. What are you standing around for? Should I talk like Schmidt? Quit wasting time and get back to the test. Oh, man. You're almost at the end. Be careful. Whoops, guess we talked too much. Let's keep going. Stay focused till the end. Understood. Yeah, dude is different, man. How dare he talk like he knows everything? And again, nothing. But he wants us to decide if he should be our teacher? Yeah, I suppose I haven't given him enough credit. I've been too arrogant. If I keep this up, there's no way I'll be able to face my father or brother. Yeah, so have I. There's no point in me being here if I'm just gonna act like this. Anyway, let's go, Kurt. We can't let that guy keep hogging the spotlight. I agree. We can't let ourselves fall behind Altina either. It seems like we're near the end. Let's hurry. So their attitudes change a little. There is damn thing.
Hey-ya! Sit!
Good. I don't have to fight these fights. I am with that.
Just beyond there are the doors leading to your destination. Be quick about it.
Just beyond there.
Understood.
The doors
Heading to
your-
target point.
Got a funny voice, man. The doors to your destination. Be quick about it. Like in the beginning, he was like, I don't give a whit. Like, what the hell is a whit? I understand what a wit is, but before putting it, I don't know why he talks like that, man. I don't even know why I say that. Well, we are about to get ready to do our first boss. Oh. Whew, is that finally the way up out of here? The way back to the ground floor. It appears we've reached the designated point. Yeah, it seems so. Sheesh. What is wrong with Erebonians? What are you all thinking building an insane place like this on school campus? I'd appreciate it if you didn't lump us all together like that. That is true when you really think about it, because what if there's like an outbreak like, and all of the monsters like get out and attack the school and kill a whole bunch of kids and shit? It is kind of crazy. I'd appreciate it if you didn't lump us all together like that. The professor, he really is the famous G. Schmidt, isn't he? Yeah, for better or worse. Though I have no clue why he's here at the branch camp.
Wait a second.
Be on alert. I have detected a spike in mana.
And that's another thing about this game. The voice acting comes out of nowhere. Like, at least in the older games, they were kind of like you kind of knew who had a voice actor with, stuff like that. But on here, it's mixed. It's like you'll be in the middle of doing that and hearing nothing, and boom, voice acting will pop up out of nowhere. It's a little annoying.
In what?
Mana.
You guys need to get out of there right away!
And this is a magic knight.
A Panzer Soldat?
No, this is...
Magic Knight Direwolf. Oh boy.
It's a magic knight. An orbital golem from the Dark Ages. Professor Schmidt, are you responsible for this?
I happened to acquire a few of these antique machines when they appeared during the Civil War. Though its output is lamentably inferior to Panzer Soldat's, its ability to act autonomously is useful.
How in the hell did he acquire a magic knight and make it appear through spatial travel? Like,
This will be your final challenge in this trial.
Is he serious?
What is wrong with him? This is going too far.
They're not capable of taking on a magic knight. Only one thing I can do. Heed my call, Valimar!
The use of a divine knight is prohibited for this trial. Level 0 was not calibrated to account for its intervention.
well,
Were you to use it against such an opponent, the data I would receive would be useless. You do have another option available to you, Schwarzer.
yeah, he knows about his power.
Against this?
Or if you'd prefer, you may choose to activate the new function installed in the Arcus 2s.
Please activate Brave Order. Olivier, Prince Olivert said that you would be able to use it for sure, Instructor.
I bid you felicitations on your recent graduation, delayed by duty though it was. I also wish to thank you from the bottom of my heart, Reed. These may seem on the paltry side as a gift for such an occasion, but I'd like for each of you to have the newly completed Arcus 2. I've added some fun little communication features to it, just for you. There are a few other new functions that can only be described as brilliant, so do give them a try next time you find yourself in a pinch.
And that's what he was talking about, the new Brave Orders.
All right, will do. What is this?
I feel some kind of energy coming from him.
A combat link? No, it's different.
Prepare to engage in combat!
I talked about this in the first vid, but it's a new gameplay mechanic as well.
Brave Order. Class 7 Special Operations. Put everything you have into defeating the target.
Yeah!
This one's strong. Be careful.
Now, if you're doing Nightmare the first go around, this is a very difficult fight. Every boss fight in this game will be very difficult, and the Brave Orders depend on it. But basically what Brave Orders are, everybody has like a particular type of Brave Order they have. Yuna has like a break damage one. Kurt has delay, and of course Altina has absolute reflect. Now they both had little bonuses, and the points numbers are next to them depending on which one you want to use, of course. For this fight, I would recommend going Iron Will. It only costs 1 brave point, and the damage reduction is 50, and it restores 10% EP when you first use it. So this is a good one to start with.
Formation.
And as long as Reen is in the party, and you're fighting something that hits really hard, Iron will be one that you lean on a lot. You'll also lean a lot on her Sledgehammer, because it only costs 1 point, and you do 300% break damage on enemies. It can help end some fights really quickly, basically, by getting them in their break state. Kurt's the delay, I've never used it. I don't know. It helps you if you need to recover. I guess that like if you need to delay the enemies and give people a chance to heal, stuff like that, it could work. And at times when something does great damage, Evan Crest is really good to use too. The only problem with Evan Crest is it costs 3 BP, and yeah, it's a little. Use it if you have to. Like but if Rena's in your party, always go Iron Will. You can do Rage and Fire also when you have them in break state, and you'll do extra damage plus 20. Gold Dragon is really good for when they're in break state, but it costs 5. And Divine Song, let's see, formation, focus on arts. Whoa, there's no stats for it? Okay, basically it allows for instant cast of spells, but I never used it before. It's mainly been these two, and occasionally this if I have the amount, certain amount, Sledgehammer and Evan Crest. But Iron Will is something you're going to depend on very early in the game. And then you waste no time on this dude. Yeah. Man, having all that stuff made that a hell of a lot easier.
For everyone's sake, I can't afford to lose.
We did it.
Go.
Stamina depleted. A short rest is required.
Now, your first playthrough, yes, that fight, it's not going to be easy. Like, but I would say the strategy I would do, I would get Reen over to the other side of the monster, away from the kids, and kind of like separate them, and have the draw the Magic Knight's aggro towards Reen. He can deal with the damage a little bit more, and then you attack him from the other side with the kids. But having everybody bunched together, that's not a good idea for the Magic Knight, because like it can go enhanced and become more powerful, and like it slams its fist. I think it does like an attack where it sweeps, and it can hit everybody for a really good amount. So that's a strategy I'd use.
Oh, you guys did amazing! The trial's complete! But you took this way too far, Professor.
That was faster than I expected. I'll have to increase the difficulty next time.
Could you please listen to me?
This trial was completely absurd.
Next time? Is he gonna make us go through all that again?
The probability seems high.
At least that put an end to our orienteering exercise.
Yeah, and you will have to come back here multiple times, so.
Thank you.
Great job, class. You all handled the first test of Brave Order very well. I'm proud of you. There are some areas each of you could improve on, but you just need to tackle them one at a time. I'm sure today hasn't instilled you with much faith in the idea of Class 7. Your class size and this trial are bound to raise some red flags.
It was ridiculous that they gave him 3 students to start off with.
Then you have an instructor who's only just graduated. What if he doesn't know what he's doing? Like I said, if you want to transfer to classes 8 or 9, I swear that I'll make it happen.
Good old Crow.
But it's something I want you to decide for yourselves. Think hard about what you believe, what you want to accomplish, what kind of future you want, and, most importantly, who you are. Only you can figure out if Class 7 is the right place for you. Take all that to heart, and I know you'll have your answer.
I swear this dude's speeches are like the greatest thing ever.
Una Crawford reporting. From today, I will be part of Class 7, Special Operations.
Really?
Don't get the wrong idea, okay? It's not because I want to. I never wanted to come to this school. I'd much rather be back in Crossbell. I don't like Erebonia, and I don't think much of you either.
So it seems.
Okay.
But throughout the entire exercise, Your guidance was clear and accurate. If you weren't with us, we never would have beaten that thing. Honestly, it's infuriating. And I'm annoyed I couldn't show off what I learned at the police academy. That's why I'm going to stay in Class 7 until I can prove myself. Until I can show up an annoying hero like you, Ashen Chevalier.
Like most students would, most teachers would be like, get your ass. Like,
She's ridiculous.
Real talk.
At least she's consistent in her ridiculousness.
The annoying part aside, you really don't need to keep calling me a hero. But you know what? I respect that kind of determination. Welcome to Class 7, Yuna.
Got it.
Kurt Vander reporting. I will also join Class 7. That said, I have no definitive reason for doing so.
Oh?
I simply have no objections to the branch campus's decision to place me in this class. If anything, I'm grateful for the chances it'll give me to test my skills in real combat. I couldn't face my family if I allowed the blades I inherited to rust.
So they're heirlooms?
Metaphorical. He means the will of the Vander school.
I'm also interested in seeing what the 8 leaves can do. So far, I'm not impressed.
Oh, he'll be
Whoa,
impressed.
That's way out of line.
I do not believe you're in any position to say that.
Exactly. She literally insulted the dude right in his face.
Well, that's because I'm still learning. Just like you guys.
She was just like, I don't think much of you either. He was like, all right.
Welcome to Class 7, Kurt.
Thank you.
How about you, Altina?
There is no need for confirmation. While the details are classified, I intend to follow the protocols of the mission.
No, Altina, that's not what I mean. The answer needs to come from you.
Does she not understand?
I won't accept your participation unless you chose this. I don't care who originally placed you here, whether it was the principal, the intelligence division, or even the imperial government. Why do you want to stay? It can be anything.
And it can't be what I said?
Hey, why are you picking on her so much? I still don't get how you guys know each other, but you can't talk like that
not
to a
picking
little
on her.
girl who...
I can't think of a reason. All that comes to mind is how I've supported you on all of your operations this past year. If I'm to be at the branch campus, it is only right that I be in your class.
Makes
It
sense.
was also Class 7 who once stood in the way of my mission. Even if the students have changed, I find myself somewhat drawn to the name. Does that work?
It works for now. I'm glad you're staying, Altina.
Okay.
Oh, brother. You sure drew that out.
It's been one thing after another.
I now officially declare the formation of Class 7 Special Operations. Let's all work hard and grow together. Not just as a class, but as comrades.
I don't know why they shake the screen whenever he does that.
That was so sweet, Rain.
I was wondering how things were going down here.
Foolish. No instructor has the authority to change a student's placement.
If any of them wanted to transfer, I would have allowed it.
Principal Le Guin, with all due respect.
Everything worked out, so it's fine. Didn't you hear? They decided for themselves. Classes 8 and 9 had a good start too. Not bad for a trash bin. The coming days will be very interesting indeed. Train our fledglings well while you can. That is, if you don't want them to be swept away by this turbulent era.
Of course.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeesh! This is some school I landed myself in.
I feel that they personally put everybody in this school, especially like all the instructors, because these were people that they could not control in some type of way. Like when it came to Aurelia, she just wanted to fight and prove herself. She didn't give a shit about the army and anything like that. She was a general, but like she really just wanted to go on the battlefield and just do her thing and continue to prove herself to be, the strongest. And like when it came to Major Irvin, his position at the RMP was always kind of challenged and everything else, and he really had nothing else going on for himself because Captain Claire had kind of been the star of RMP. So it looked like he was coming there to just kind of do something different because he had went as far in RMP as he could. And Randy, from what I know of his background, because I don't know too much about the Crossbell games, I know he used to be a Jaeger, and like his background and stuff like that with him in the special support section, things like that, and them going and taking over, invading Crossbell, he's like really strong and everything, and they kind of wanted to keep tabs on him, to me what it seemed like. So moving him here now, Toa is different because I mostly feel like she took the position because Reen was going to be there, and because she knew Reen, and she didn't want to choose to do any of the other jobs that were offered to her. So it's kind of like they were like, well, she's too smart, she's this, so just put her over there with him. And then Reen, of course, is he's a new instructor. He's they need the school to have a sort of celebrity to make the school have some notoriety too. And Reen is that. He has that notoriety, so then he goes to the school, and there you go. You got the school of people that's kind of like, some people that were kind of thrown in, like she said, the trash bin, but then some people that Reen is there to kind of make it all fit. At least that's just my thought process on it. Could be wrong.
Damn, he's even worse than Gramps. Coming here to study is crazy enough, but you sure you want to work under that old goat?
Don't be like that. He's actually pretty amazing. And I feel like I'll be able to make a lot of friends here. But most importantly, I want to do all I can in place of everyone who couldn't come to the Empire.
Look at you, all grown up and doing your own thing. Guess I can't call you short stuff anymore, huh?
Oh.
There's the head pat.
Our old enemies are definitely on the move. And not just them. The Imperial government and a few other groups are up to something too. Thank the freaking goddess that dumbass was around to help me set up a long distance line. If anything happens, I'll be here in a flash. Don't hesitate to call me, Tita. You got that?
You bet. But only if you promise me you'll be careful, Agate. Don't do anything too crazy.
All right. Tita mainly came to the school
for both the main and branch campuses.
Tita mainly came to the school so she can work with Schmidt, so that's her purpose.
Yes, their first day ended without incident. Class 7, Special Operations, Class 8, Combat Tactics, and Class 9, Military Finance have all been established.
Man, oh man. Just when I thought we finally shoved that beast in a cage, Erebonia's #1 sweetheart just had to show up wanting to be an instructor.
There we go. The Ironbloods.
Between them and a certain capable young woman, there's far more talent there than one would ever expect from a trash bin.
That capable young woman he's talking about is Aurelia.
Perhaps there wasn't a need to send him there from Crossbell so soon after all.
Who do you think you're fooling? We all know why you really sent him. But whatever, a powerhouse like him will come in handy.
I'm not sure this is appropriate.
In any event, the wheels are now in motion. With Northumbria's annexation, every bush those serpents would dare hide in has been burned to ash. They have no choice left but to try and reclaim their master's plan. As for the branch campus, that pitiful final act of rebellion from a prince who's lost his blade and his wings.
Okay.
We shall simply have it, and my worthless son, dance at the end of our strings.
Your Excellency.
And if you're new to the game, that is Gilead Osborne in the chair. And we found out in part 2 that he's Reen's father. There are issues with the past and reasons why he gave Reen up, but you end up finding out all that throughout the games and stuff like that from the later games.
Laying it on kinda thick, don't you think?
By your will, Excellency. We Ironbloods will see your ambitions are fulfilled.
I don't know why they call him blonde-haired man, and this is. I guess it's for people they probably use this as their first game they jumped into. But the girl with the blue hair is Claire. Rufus is at the top with the blonde hair, and Lecter is with the red hair. It's like, come on, man! Like, you should know who they are by now. You need to get a new ringtone.
Whew! I think the connection's finally gone through.
Yay, it worked! I never dreamed I'd be able to talk with you all like this.
Indeed. His Highness was too kind to arrange this feature.
Doesn't look like Reen or Gaius came through. Could be they're too far away. Oh, or maybe somewhere where the signal's super weak.
No matter. I'm sure we'll have more than ample opportunities to speak with them in the coming days.
That's right, and we can finally fulfill our promise.
Well, you sure are fired up.
How could she not be? This is the season for reunions, after all.
Yeah, spring is here once again.
You see the 50 mirror piece sitting up on top of the desk that Crow gave Reen. And title sequence time! Like every anime. Now they are working on an anime, but it's not based on these characters, and that actually pisses me off because this would be so great as an anime, this story. But it's supposed to be some new characters and all this other stuff like that from a different part of the world or whatever like that that's happening. But they're going to be missing out on a great opportunity if they don't include these characters in some type of way. Pretty dope fight right there. Aryan Road and Roselia. That's Osborne. I just paid attention to that with Cedric over there with, next to Rufus. All right. Not a fan of this title sequence song. It's all right. I feel all the other ones were better though. Especially part 4. Part 4 is get you so hyped. All right, and that was the end of the prologue. Spring once again. I'm gonna end it here. I think that was. I think it's a good spot to end, so that way we could just start out with chapter 1. Thank you guys for rocking with me. Thank you for checking out the vids. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe if you did the content. Come back for some more, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.